sure I know all of you in the audience, just in case. My name is Gershkovich. I'm the president of our Mental Health is Health Club here at Summit. For those of you who aren't aware, our club has two primary goals. The first is to increase and improve the mental health awareness and resources here in our community, especially here at Summit. And the second goal is to provide a safe space for any of our students and anybody in the community to express any concerns, to discuss mental health issues under the supervision of a counselor. And it's just a good space for people to get anything off of their chest. So this is our first community event that we've done. We're going to have 3 speakers for you tonight. I'm going to speak first for you, and then my father, Mark Gershkovich, is going to talk. And then our school psychologist here, Ms. Fargo, is going to close us up tonight. So our talks are each going to be about 15 minutes. We're going to be nice and short and sweet for you. But we have a couple other things that are going to be going on as well. You probably noticed these pretty cool t-shirts that a lot of us in the audience are wearing. If you are interested in getting one of these t-shirts, they're very nice and soft and you can sleep in them. They're better than pajamas in my opinion. You can buy some. We sell them exactly for what they cost us. They're $17. So we have a couple people down here who can take your order. We have only 3 with us to sell, a small, medium, and large. If they run out, we can take your order and get your information, and in about 2 weeks we'll have them available for you. So yeah, that's going on. We also have a form that, if you don't mind, we would love for you to pick up afterwards right here at the table. A couple of our members can help you with that. It's a feedback form, and it's also a place where you can put any personal contact information if you would like for us to reach out to you. We're going to give you the opportunity afterwards to talk with any of us, ask some questions, but if you would prefer something a little more private or something to happen at a later date, you're welcome to reach out to us and we'll get back with you and be happy to help you however we can with whatever's going on. So without any further ado, I'm here to share some thoughts with you about mental health tonight. Now, most people don't really like to talk about mental health. And the reason for this is that if we're going to talk about mental health, we can't possibly do that without also mentioning mental illness. People don't like to talk about illness. Now, of course, there are plenty of people who do talk about illness, but typically when they do this, they almost twist the definition. It's not illness anymore. It's a badge of honor, or it's a personality quirk. It's a romantic struggle. Sometimes it's even just a joke. Now, I do understand that typically when people do this, when they twist this definition, it's an attempt to cope with the social implications and with the personal reality of living with any one of these illnesses. I understand that very well because that was me. I did that for about the past 6 or so years of my life. But I am here tonight to talk with you about health, not about these badges of honor, not about this romantic struggle, but about health and ergo about illness. And I'm here to talk with you about adjectives. When I look back on those 6 or so years of my life, there are quite a few negative adjectives that I can ascribe to it. Now, usually the first one that comes to mind is obsessive. When I was 12, I was diagnosed with obsessive-compulsive disorder, and that disorder has been my primary enemy for quite some time. But I think of other adjectives too. I think of depressed. See, for a lot of that time, those obsessions really overtook my life, and I failed to see any light beyond the shadow that they cast. I can still think of other adjectives too. I can think of tired, of angry, of unstable. And I remember the time that I spent in a psychiatric facility. And I remember the 2 times that I was hospitalized for suicide attempts. And I can still think of more adjectives. They just keep on coming. I remember frustrated. I remember hopeless. I remember just plain sad. I remember fill in the blanks. It doesn't really matter. I probably have felt it, and it probably applies. And the truth is that these may be adjectives of my past, but they still affect me. Maybe they don't win every moment like they used to, but they get my moments. They still get some of my moments. And I'm talking to you now, and you know exactly who you are. It doesn't matter the permanence or the intensity of any one of those adjectives. There is one negative adjective that cannot be applied to us in any moment, in any situation. And that adjective is alone. At the very least, we are connected by the reality that we experience a common struggle. And that is only the very least. It can be so much brighter than this. I believe it can be brighter than this. Because we do not have to just experience a common struggle. We can share a common struggle. We can choose to fight in this common struggle together. So, if you are struggling, I would ask, what exactly are you struggling for? Because I will tell you what I'm struggling for, and I will tell you what the members of our Mental Health is Health Club here at Summit are struggling for. And yes, that includes the members who don't have any problems, as people would see it, any problems of their own. They just want to help. And that thing that we are struggling for is nothing less than the full brightness of life. We are not content to just survive. We will not settle for okay, or just making it through another day, or just having a normal day. We will thrive. We will live life completely for life's own sake. Now, that's nice and pretty and all, but what exactly does not being alone look like? Because I don't know about you, but in my experience, it is possible. It's difficult, but it is possible to survive alone. I can cope. I can manage with all this stuff that attacks my head. It's not pretty. It's really not ideal, but I can make it. But if I'm really going to thrive, like I said, and if I'm really going to be healthy, I have to reach out to someone else. The truth is that there are plenty of people out there who don't care at all that we are suffering, and they don't care at all about us. But we know that the truth is that there are plenty of people who do. There are people who care so much that they have built their livelihood off of giving this help, out of being the people that people in situations like yours and mine can turn to. But the truth is that all of this work that those people are doing, it doesn't matter. It doesn't make a difference if we don't reach out back. I can't sit in my own personal darkness and honestly expect anyone else to crack it open for me and free me from it. If a wall is going to come down here, it has to come down from both sides. So what exactly does this reaching out look like? Whom should I reach out to? I don't want to be too presumptuous here, but I would wager you probably already know the answer to that question. To whom should I reach out to? I understand that all of us live in different situations. I understand that when it comes to friends, when it comes to family, and other people who care about us, We're all in different boats. But I would bet there's not a single person here who doesn't have one person to care about them. In fact, I would bet a lot of money because I know that I care. And I mean that. I am not just saying that. I'm not a counselor. I'm not a psychotherapist. Half the time, I'm overwhelmed by my own struggles. But if nothing in the world is going to stop you from opening up and reaching out to me, nothing in the world is going to stop me from walking with you. So think about that. Whom are you going to reach out to? Now, of course, the truth is that when it comes to the people whom we really want to be close to, oftentimes they are the people whom are most difficult to talk to. We have people who care. I've already said that I care. We have a whole group of people here at Summit who care. We have a school psychologist. We have a social worker. We have an army of counselors who want to do everything in their power to help you. And I know that because I am receiving that help, but I had to speak first. And that is great help that we can provide. But we can't stop thinking about the people who are truly close to us. And we have to talk about and admit and accept the fact that there exists an incredible difficulty in reaching out to people who are close to us. I am fortunate enough to have parents who truly care about me and my well-being. And yet it is so much more difficult for me to speak a single vulnerable word to them than to pour my heart out to a complete stranger. And for too long have I let that difficulty divide me from the people who care about me the most. If I am weak for seeking out my parents' help, then let me be weak. If I'm shameful for revealing all my ugly little nitty-gritty secrets that my parents need to know to help me, then let me be shameful. That is a small price to pay for that kind of relationship, especially when that kind of relationship is so pivotal to my healing. I don't have to tell you that that kind of healing hurts. And I think of it as alcohol being poured into a wound. It stings really, really badly. It hurts more than the wound itself does. And in that moment, when you're pouring that alcohol into the wound, it seems silly. Because why not just suck it up and embrace the pain of the wound? It's not as bad. But we all know why we use that alcohol. It's because that's what we need to heal. Because without it, we could get an infection. Because without it, things could be worse off. The pain is worth the healing. Except, of course, in this situation, the stakes are a little bit higher because that wound cannot heal without that alcohol, without those people. And if it doesn't heal, this time, it truly is potentially fatal. I am not good at embracing the sting. I'll be honest with you. I'm more closed off than I would like to be. I'm closed off in ways that are often detrimental to my health and detrimental to my relationships. But I try. More and more every day, I try to embrace the sting and what it represents. Now, of course, there could be another reason why someone would choose to remain closed off, why someone would not reach out and not embrace the sting. And that is if they don't believe that they are worth it. Think about it. If you have caused someone pain already, because we know that the closer we are to someone, the more our pain is painful to them. If I've caused someone pain already just by being this way, if I have disappointed people already because I'm not the way that they wanted me to be, if I've put a burden on other people's shoulders, then why am I worth this healing? I really think that is a valid question, but I would answer it saying that you don't get to decide what you are absolutely worth, if any of us are absolutely worth anything. All that you get to decide is how much you value anything, and that includes yourself. You do not get to choose how other people value you. If somebody wants to be with you in your pain, and you tell them, no, I'm not worth this. What's really happening is they are saying, to me, you are worth it. I value you enough to do this. And you are saying, no, I don't value myself enough to do this. The inhibition has nothing to do with the other person. Nobody can deny that a burden is involved. What we can deny, what I avidly deny, is that you are a burden on anyone. Your mental illness is a tremendous burden on yourself and on the people who love you. And it is not your responsibility to not cause a burden to be placed on another person. What you've got to understand, what has been a painful but crucial lesson that I have learned through these experiences, is that if somebody truly cares about you, carrying your burden with you is not just something that they are willing to do. It is a privilege, it is an honor, and it is something that people who care are passionate about doing. For those of us who truly do care, carrying people's burdens with them is the reason that we are living. That's what we're bothering with any of this for. We're not doing us a disservice by suffering from a mental illness, I promise you. If you are doubting that you are worth it, the only thing in question is how much you value yourself. Because I can't speak for anybody else. But I can tell you that when it comes to me, I would rather be crushed with another person than to stay unscathed and unbent alone. And I go back to the beginning now. Alone is one negative adjective that cannot be applied to us. We fight for things that many people don't have to fight as hard for. And we cherish those things because they're more fleeting. They ebb and flow so drastically for us. Our happiness, our joy, our peace, our comfort, our whatever. They're important to us and they come and go. And the truth is that there's only one of those things that is going to stay with us for as long as we are breathing. And that is our togetherness. And so, I urge you to embrace it, to seek any of the help that you need, and to truly come together with those people who want to struggle with you. Thank you.